What is up, guys? My name is BobaTalks, and before I start this Gotham trailer breakdown, I want to just say thank you so much for all that support you gave me on my previous video. It was really incredible. I mean, it's not like I didn't expect you guys to say nice things, but I don't know what I expected, but the love was just so encouraging. You guys are so understanding, and that is exactly refreshing and nice to know when you're stopping something that you don't want to stop. But if you're wondering why I'm doing this video, and you might be like, you know, what are you doing making this video? I did say I wasn't going to stop completely. I would still be I would try and aim for a couple of videos a week and a live stream. So obviously one of the couple of videos I will be doing is Gotham, since I have so many of you guys who really prioritize Gotham on this channel. As for the other one, I don't know. But anyway, this video is going to be a Gotham trailer breakdown for next week's episode. So in case you haven't already noticed, or may notice later in this video, this won't be as edited. I'm going to be speaking a bit more bluntly, because sometimes I do jump cut, if that makes sense. Because I do and R quite a bit, or I just screw my speech up. But this will be a bit more down to earth. And yeah, so as always, guys, I'm going to show the trailer that Fox, Gotham themselves have brought out for episode 17, and then we're going to break it down. But this one isn't actually as long, so there's not going to be too much to talk about, but as always, I will be sure to give my thoughts. So let's watch the trailer.
There's turmoil ahead.
So what do you want me to do?
When the time is right, we will call upon you.
Tonight, the Riddler is coming!
Tomorrow is going to be a busy day.
It's time to get the court's attention.
The court cannot be exposed.
They're no match for me!
So guys, before we get into the breakdown, I am going to read the synopsis out for episode 17, the Primal Riddle. And the summary, or the synopsis, is some of Gotham's most unhinged villains band together, while the Riddler continues his conquest of the city. Gordon is on the search for answers, and all roads keep leading him back to the Court of Owls. Meanwhile, as Alfred begins to notice a change in Bruce, Bruce too confides in Selina. So even though this trailer was fairly short, I mean, I know that all the promos are quite short, but this one was kind of a bit shorter. But the first thing we actually see is that location, what we've seen in the previous trailer, but this time we actually get to see what these two figures are walking towards. Now, I do think I know who these two people are, and I believe that is Ivy and Penguin, just because there are some pictures out online now, but I'll be going over that in a live stream either later today or tomorrow. But as we all know now, that Penguin and Ivy are going to put together the Freaks, and it looks like he's going to start off with Mr. Freeze, and this seems to be where Mr. Freeze is staying. And I would say that it is where Bruce is being kept by the shaman, but at the end of the day, if you actually closely look at this figure, it really does look like some of the promo pictures of Penguin in that, you know, outfit or hat he's in, and just the way the guy is walking, it just seems that this guy's foot is sideways, just like Oswald. So I believe that this is where Mr. Freeze is located, rather than what all of us did initially think, that that is where Bruce is being kept and these two figures are going towards Bruce. But really, it is probably Mr. Freeze. As we all know, he can't survive in normal temperatures. He has to be in freezing temperatures. So from the next clip as well, and the voiceovers, we hear Catherine saying there's turmoil ahead, and Jim says, what do you want me to do? So as we all know, Jim is probably going to attempt to go into the Court of Owls as an undercover kind of agent to sort of stop them. And it seems that Catherine is initially buying it. Now, whether she'll find out at a later stage, she probably will, but not initially. So Jim is actually going to be joining the Court of Owls, and it's going to be really interesting to see what he's going to have to do to prove his worth to the Court of Owls. Now, I really like the couple of scenes we got with Nigma, where he says that tonight is the night the Riddler is coming, and he puts that little sword into the ground. It just reminds me of what will one day potentially in this universe be his Riddler cane, because a lot of people thought that'd be too much, but personally, as long as they don't make it a cheesy one and they make it a kind of cool swaggy, you know, cane in a couple of years time, I definitely reckon Nigma could pull that off, especially as I feel like he really has mastered the Riddler role now, even though he's very earlier on in his career. He's just a lot more wacky out there, especially from what we later see in this trailer, with him on TV with the breaking news saying Riddler holds Mayor hostage. And this is what I've always said about Gotham, or any Batman Gotham story. The moments when the villains are on TV and there's a hostage situation, those, in a kind of a messed up way, are always my most exciting bits, because it's so villainous like the Joker or the Riddler or something to go on TV. You know, Bruce in the future as Batman might be watching, and even in this era before Batman, it's still so cool when they have their TV moments and, you know, Riddler, Enigma is all dressed up in costume here. That is what I love to see. But either way, it really does look like Enigma has grasped his whole Riddler persona. He's finally found out what he is and who he's got to become, and he's definitely going to show that off in Gotham City as a fully fledged Riddler, rather than in the previous episode how the Riddler got his name. Instead of, you know, trying to cause a bit of trouble and find out if he needs to be taught or if he needs to have a name or whatever, now it's finally all out of the way and he can finally cause some proper chaos in the city of Gotham. But to expand upon the Ivy and Penguin talk we did earlier, we do see that they go to Firefly as well. Now we do see a bit more of Enigma and Barbara and Tabitha, and as we all know, this is going to cause some tensions because we do know that Barb will still work with Enigma from what we heard in WonderCon, because she still does have uses for him. But notice how there's a bit of Harley Quinn-esque colours here on Barbara. There was definitely a couple of articles about that recently from these scenes shot in photos. But as we see in these clips, we see a bit of blue and red lights on her, and a lot of people are thinking that this is hinting the Harley Quinn potential storyline set up for her, and it very well could be. You know, all things done in TV are deliberately done, so I definitely think, I don't know if this is necessarily going to foreshadow completely, but it definitely is a little bit of an Easter egg, if anything, even if it just is her coincidentally walking in somewhere and there's red and blue lights on her. And before you will say those are not the primary Harley Quinn colors, I know, but we all know that they sort of have changed it up over the years of Harley Quinn's character, so make of it what you will. And also with Enigma saying to Barbara it's time to get the court's attention, we do know that Barbara wants to take down the court, since she does find out that they are sort of in a higher power than her, and she doesn't like that because, as we all know, she is Barbara Queen now. She wants to be the top dog of Gotham, and that is why she is probably still working with Enigma to take them down, much to Butch's and Tabitha's dislike. And also with Catherine saying to Jim what it seems like the court cannot be exposed, I feel like Jim is going to have to do a couple of things actually in the court's favor to maintain his cover. I know that's not going to be a good thing for him, but he's ultimately going to do it to take them down. But I definitely think he's going to help the court through stopping whatever Barbara and Enigma are doing here, just to maintain his position in the court perhaps. But let me know what you think with Catherine saying that to him. Will Jim do something that is not necessarily good in order to help the Court of Owls out, but primarily in order to maintain his cover to eventually take them down? Now, as for this scene, which is towards the end of the trailer when Enigma is saying all of his stuff on TV, it is difficult to make out what this could be, with Jim pulling the curtain and this potential dead body on the floor. It does seem to be in a hospital location, so I am wondering if this is one of Enigma's games and it's keeping Jim preoccupied, or is it something that Jim is doing on behalf of the Court of Owls? It is very interesting, but either way, guys, I would love to know what you think. Is Jim actually discovering something here that was done from Riddler, or is it something that he's discovered that the Court of Owls did? But either way, guys, this episode looks so kick-ass. The one thing I am most looking forward to with this kind of story is, and from what we've seen from the trailer, is basically Penguin rallying up, you know, these actual villains who are really almost forming to what they will be one day. So we see Firefly with, you know, Ivy and Penguin visiting Firefly. We see Mr. Freeze, and then obviously we're going to run into Fish sooner or later, which is going to be awesome. Penguin is the master of, if you knock him down, he will most likely 3/4 of the time rise up even stronger than what you took him down a peg for beforehand. So, you know, when you knock down the Penguin, beware, because he'll come back bigger, better, badder, and stronger. So you don't want to mess with the Penguin, especially when he's coming back with a bunch of freaks, as they call them, but I still call them metahumans, because I'm just too used to the CW terms. So anyone with powers on these shows, I just think of as metahumans, but, you know, call them what you will. But also something I'm really looking forward to, and I don't know if we will get it in this episode, is Enigma finding out that Penguin is still alive. That is going to be a reaction that will be priceless, but also quite emotional, I imagine, because we all know a part of Nigma definitely does regret killing Oswald because he was his best friend. A part of him even wanted him back when he was trying to find a teacher, someone to replace Oswald. So, you know, let me know what you are most looking forward to in the next episode, guys, because it's going to be a kick-ass episode judging from this trailer. Also, throwing back to the synopsis, since we didn't get to see any of Selena or any of Bruce, really, from the trailer compared to what we heard about in the synopsis, when it says that Bruce is going to confide in Selena, I do believe that this is the moment from, you know, the trailer that we got showing the second half of the season where Selena gets thrown out the window, and it's very Batman Returns theme where she's laying on the floor and the cats are around her. I definitely think that clone Bruce is going to confide in Selena, as the synopsis says, but maybe she figures out that it's clone Bruce and then something happens and then she's going to fall out the window, probably because he might lose his temper or something like that. But I definitely think that clone Bruce is going to push Selena out the window. But I'd love to hear what you think about that as well. If you want to check this trailer out for yourself, I will leave the link to the trailer in the description below. But that is all I've got to say in this video, guys. I know it was a bit shorter than my normal breakdown, but I'm sure you can understand why. I will be doing a live stream of the promo photos for the next couple of episodes. I believe up to episode 18, the promo photos are out now. So keep an eye out for that. But if you do miss it, do not worry. I will not be doing sort of a Q&A thing this time. The live stream will be strictly sort of talking about these photos, so it will be very cut and dry, almost like a normal video, so you won't have to skip through it to, you know, see the parts of where I'm talking about Gotham, because it will be a very clear cut, dry live stream. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, I really appreciate it if you left a like on it, as it really does show your support for the channel. And if you want to stay a bit more up to date with me, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook in the links below. But apart from that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for understanding the, you know, couple of week or so break that I'm on at the minute because of my hands. Again, thank you so much for all the love you guys sent in the previous video. I was so overwhelmed. It means the world to me how much you guys care. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.